Assalamualaikum. Today we are doing a jar test. So let's go. So first of all, we take the six beaker and we label it length 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We prepare 6 plastic jar or beaker and fill up the sample water of 1000 ml into each beaker. Next, by using pipette, different quantity dosage of coagulant, which is ferric chloride, into each beaker. For example, here we use 1 ml for second beaker, 2 ml, 3 ml, 4 ml, and 5 ml respectively. Each beaker. First one, just let blank of sample because we want to compare the sample with and without dosage of coagulant. Next, we arrange all the beakers into jar test apparatus. Propeller was pushed down into the beaker and just ensure the propeller doesn't touch the surface of the beaker. Once ready, we set the speed for 140 rpm or rotation per minute and we call it rapid mixing, and then set the timer for 3 minutes. As we can see here, the sample is being rapidly mixed and after 3 minutes, it will automatically stop, and at this stage, we can see the flock is forming. The next step, the speed was reduced to 70 rpm, and this is what we call as slow mixing, and it requires 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, the propeller will automatically stop again, and this time around, we set the settling time again for 15 minutes and just let the flock settle down into the beaker. Once the experiment done, it is the time to check for pH, color, and turbidity. Firstly is a turbidity test. For this test, we use turbidity bottle and turbidity meter. Pour about 10 ml water sample with and without coagulant into the bottle, either using pipette or measuring cylinder. The step was repeated for each bottle. Bottle was closed with bottle cap, and then the bottle was wiped with tissue and the sample was inserted into the turbidity meter. The read button was pressed. The process repeated for 6 different quantities of coagulant in sample bottle. Secondly, we want to test for color. 10 ml of control sample was put in square bottle and prepare for 6 bottle of sample. By using spectrophotometer, we press stove program, then choose color for 65 nanometer and unit for color is PTCO. The bottle was cleaned first to avoid any physical contact to the bottle and reduce error reading. Blank sample of 10 ml distilled water was prepared and put the blank in spectrophotometer and close the lid. Press 0 and the sample is zeroing. Next, take your sample into the spectrophotometer, close the lid again and press read. Next, read button was pressed to get the data. The process was repeated for remaining sample. Last but not least, for pH testing, we use pH meter. We need to check all the sample including the control. Make sure the thumb of the turbidity meter need to rinse with distilled water and put it into the beaker. Sample was checked until the beep sound appeared. All the step was repeated for remaining sample. For 6 beaker. After all experiment done, all the apparatus need to wash and keep it into their places back. Last but not least, all the data obtained will be represented into table and graph, which are in pH, turbidity, and color versus dosage of coagulant. The graph have been achieved successfully and the sample classified as class 3 based on National Water Quality Standard. Also for drinking water quality standard. Starring by Shazrul Aiman bin Tarmizi, me as well Ani Shakira binti Ahmad Shukri, Shafi Aiman bin Helmi Sharul, lastly Muhammad Shazwan bin Muhammad Sukri. Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum.